Okay, welcome to our YouTube channel. Pag-uusapan natin ngayon is about conjugal partnership of gain. Nung nakaraan, pinag-usapan natin absolute community of property regime. Ngayon naman, conjugal partnership of gains. Why conjugal partnership of gains? Kasi there is a possibility na if you are hired to compute for the estate tax and prepare the state tax return of a decedent, especially kung matanda na yung decedent, there is a strong possibility kung yung namatay married, yung marriage nila, yung property relations, were or was under conjugal partnership of gains. Again, balikan natin yung formula sa pag-compute ng estate tax. We start with married decedent gross estate. Yan. We start with a gross estate. Pag-compute pa lang ng gross estate, we will already classify the properties into exclusive of the decedent and conjugal property of the spouses. That is very relevant. Why? Because yung conjugal property of the spouses is commonly owned by the husband and the wife. Remember, pagka common property ng mag-asawa, one half of that property is owned by the husband and the other half is owned by the wife. And hindi naman pwedeng maging subject of succession or subject sa estate tax yung property ng surviving spouse kasi buhay pa siya. Ang subject lang sa estate tax, syempre, the property of the decedent. Okay. And then later on, after the net estate, you will subtract the share. Halimbawa yung namatay, yung husband, you will subtract the share of the surviving spouse in the conjugal property of the spouses. Okay, that's why dapat alam mo kung magkano ang share ni wife because that will be deducted later on from the net estate. Okay. So, pag-usapan na natin ang conjugal partnership of gains. When will the spouses be governed by the conjugal partnership of gains? Yan. When are the properties of the spouses governed by the conjugal partnership of gains? Kailan sila makukover ng conjugal partnership of gains? Una, when there is prenuptial agreement na gusto nila conjugal partnership. Remember, the prenuptial agreement, as the word suggests, dapat before the marriage. Kaya nga, prenuptial, before the marriage. They have to execute a contract or an agreement before the celebration of the marriage, indicating that they are willing to be subject to the conjugal partnership of gains. Kung wala, paano kung wala? Depende sa date of the celebration of the marriage. Assuming ngayong mga panahon ginanap yung kasal, there is no prenuptial agreement, what property relation shall govern the spouses? the property of the spouses. Community property regime, because the marriage is now governed by the Family Code of the Philippines. Pinag-usapan na natin yan in our previous episode. Okay, ano pa? Ano pang instance ng properties ng mag-asawa magiging under conjugal partnership of gains? When the marriage was celebrated under the Civil Code of the Philippines. Until when ba yung effectivity ng Civil Code of the Philippines on marriage settlement? Until August 2, 1988. So, if they were celebrated before August 3, 1988, and there was prenuptial agreement, ano ang property relations nila? Conjugal partnership of gain. Okay. So, date of marriage before August 3, 1988. Sabihin natin 1980. Kinasal. Merong prenuptial. Anong property relations nila? Depende kung anong napagkaisahan nila. The property relations that has been agreed upon by the spouses. E paano kung walang usapan? Tayong mga Pilipino, we are not very much concerned on property relations. Unang-una, wala namang pag-uusapan na property. Kung walang usapan, under the Civil Code of the Philippines, the spouses shall be under the conjugal partnership of gain. So, assuming they are under conjugal partnership of gain, what are the classification of their properties? Tatlo ang classification. Exclusive property of the husband, exclusive property of the wife, or the conjugal properties. Remember, itong pangatlo, this is referring to the property. Iba naman yung partnership. Yun ang property relations nila. Ito naman, property. Magkakaroon lang ng conjugal property if the spouses are under the conjugal partnership of gain. Okay. So, again, ano ang unang tanong mo sa tao who hired you to prepare the estate tax return of the decedent? Ang unang tanong mo kung kasal ba siya nung namatay, meron ba siyang asawa o wala? Dahil kung unmarried siya, walang property relations na pag-uusapan. Mas madali ang computation. Because wala siyang kahati doon. All of the properties left by the decedent are exclusively owned by him. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng unmarried? Single, never been married, dalaga or binata. Ayan. O kaya, ikinasal but legally separated. Alam mo, pagka legally separated, the decree of legal separation shall immediately be followed by the separation of properties of the spouses. O kaya, kasama rin sa unmarried decedent yung namatay na yung asawa niya, widow or widower. Or, ikinasal but the marriage has been annulled by the court. Okay. Pag na-annul, balik sa pagiging binata o kaya dalaga. Okay, that's why unmarried siya. Okay, ano ang rule sa property? Pag unmarried, no property relation. Hindi mo na kailangang i-classify into exclusive of the husband, exclusive of the wife. kasi wala namang spouse. Walang conjugal property, walang community property. All the properties are exclusively owned by the decedent. Paano kung meron siyang live-in partner, hindi naman sila kasal? There is still no conjugal partnership of gains because the property of the couple shall be governed by the rules on co-ownership. Yung mga properties nila are classified as co-owners of the man and the woman. So, kung married, they are either governed by the absolute community of property regime or the conjugal partnership of gains. Yan ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Ito, conjugal partnership of gains. Or probably complete separation of property or other regime. Basta kahit they can agree on any regime of property relationship, basta valid under the Philippine law. Okay. So, pag-usapan na natin. Ito ngayon, conjugal partnership of gain. Okay. What properties are classified as conjugal? What properties are classified as exclusive of the man or of the woman? Okay, yan na. Unless the contrary is proved, hanggang napatunayan ang opposite. All property acquired during the marriage, whether the acquisition appears to have been made, contracted, or registered in the name of one or both spouses, is presumed to be conjugal. So that is a presumption, but that may still be disputed. But as a general rule, properties acquired by the spouses during the marriage are conjugal. Kahit pa ipinangalan lang kay husband, halimbawa, pera naman talaga ni husband, kuha sa sweldo niya yung ibinili ng lupa. Doon kinuha sa sweldo niya. That's why nakapangalan sa kanya. At hindi kasama yung spouse niya. But that is still considered as conjugal. Kahit pa contracted or registered in the name of one of the husband only, kahit nakapangalan lang kay husband, basta na-acquire during the marriage, ang presumption, conjugal. So if it is not disputed, the presumption will prevail. Okay. So ano yung mga conjugal partnership properties? Those acquired by onerous title during the marriage at the expense of the common fund. Merong pera yung mag-asawa, ginamit sa negosyo, kumita yung negosyo, yung income ng negosyo, conjugal properties. Whether the acquisition be for the partnership or for only one of the spouses. Ang nag-aasikaso lang yung husband kasi yung wife, plain housewife. Common property pa rin yan ng mag-asawa. Next, those obtained from the labor, industry, work, or profession of either or both of the spouses. Ang nagtatrabaho lang, gaya ng usapan natin kanina, ang nagtatrabaho lang si husband kasi si wife, plain housewife, siya ang nag-aasikaso ng mga bata sa bahay, sa eskwela. But the properties acquired by the husband during the marriage shall be considered as conjugal property of the spouses. Next, the fruits, natural or industrial or civil, due or received during the marriage from the common property, as well as the net fruits from the exclusive property of each. So, may conjugal properties yung mag-asawa, nag-earn ng income, conjugal pa din. Exclusive property ni babae, nag-earn ng income, yung income conjugal. Okay. Those which are acquired by chance, such as winnings from gambling or betting, however, losses therefrom shall be borne exclusively by the loser's spouse. Halimbawa, sa bungero si lalaki, nanalo siya. Sa kanilang dalawa yan, mag-asawa. Pero kung matalo siya, hindi niya pwedeng sabihin pareho tayong talo. Dahil siya lang ang talo. Hindi kasama yung asawa niya. Losses therefrom shall be borne exclusively by the loser's spouse. Yan. Siya lang ang matatalo. Hindi siya pwedeng sumabing, hatian mo ko ng natalo ko doon sa sabong kasi tayong dalawa naman, pagka nanalo, hinahatian din kita. No. Siya lang ang magsasuffer. Ito naman, these are exclusive property of the husband or of the wife. In other words, these shall not be considered as common property of the spouses. That which is brought to the marriage as his or her own. Ayan. May malawak na lupain si husband. Binata pa siya. Nung ikasal siya, anong classification ng property? Hindi pwedeng maging common property nilang mag-asawa. Exclusive niya yan. Siya pa rin ang may-ari. Although, yung income, yan ang conjugal. Yan ang common sa kanila. Next. That which is acquired during the marriage by gratuitous title. Nakamana si babae ng properties sa kanyang magulang na namatay during the marriage. Mag-asawa na sila nung nakamana. Exclusive yan ni babae. Pero yung income, conjugal. Common sa kanilang mag-asawa. Basta tandaan mo, all properties acquired by gratuitous title, all properties acquired by gratuitous title are classified as exclusive property under the conjugal partnership of gains. Basta namana or na-acquire by donation, regardless of when it was acquired, exclusive property yan ng nakamana o doni. Next. That which is acquired by right of redemption, by barter or by exchange, with property belonging to only one of the spouses. Halimbawa, yung malawak na lupain ni husband, which is exclusively owned by him, ibinenta niya. At yung proceeds ng sales, yung napagbentahan, ibinili niya ng panibagong property. Anong classification ng property nabili niya out of the proceeds of the sale of his exclusive property? Exclusive pa rin niya. Exclusive pa rin niya. Next. That which is purchased with exclusive money of the wife or of the husband. Halos similar din ito sa number 3. Halimbawa, meron siyang bank deposit bago ikinasal. During the marriage, exclusive property niya yan. Ibinili niya ng property. Yung perang nasa bangko, withdraw niya at ibinili niya ng condominium unit. Who owns the condominium unit? The spouses or the husband only? Only the husband. The exclusive owner of the bank deposit. Okay. So, let us summarize. Dito muna tayo sa number 1. Acquired by gratuitous title. Class principal, fruits acquired during the marriage. namana before the marriage. Gratuitous title is either donation or inheritance, donation inter vivos, or acquisition by donation mortis causa. Namana before the marriage. Basta ang sabi ko, basta acquired by gratuitous title, regardless of when it was acquired, whether before or during the marriage, that is always an exclusive property of the donee. So that is exclusive. How about the income of that property? Yan ang conjugal. Paano kung na-acquired during the marriage? Exclusive pa rin. Sabi ko, regardless of when it was acquired, that is always an exclusive property of the donee. How about the income? Conjugal. Okay. Acquired by onerous title. Acquired by onerous title, merong kapalit. Halimbawa, acquired before the marriage. Exclusive. How about the fruits? Conjugal. During the marriage. Halimbawa, acquired during the marriage. Halimbawa, sweldo. Conjugal. Ginamit sa negosyo yung sweldo, nag-earn ng income, conjugal pa din. Properties brought into the marriage. Ikinasal, dala niya yung house and lot niya. So, ibig sabihin, before the marriage, meron na siyang house and lot. Pag ikinasal, ano ang classification ng house and lot? Exclusive. Nag-earn ng income. Conjugal. Okay. So, kaya nga sinasabing conjugal partnership of gain because ang sinasabing conjugal dyan is the gain. Conjugal partnership of gain. The fruits or the gain. Yan ang conjugal. That's why tingnan mo, lahat ng gains or fruits are classified as conjugal. Kaya nga tinatawag na conjugal partnership of gain. Okay. Practice. Before the marriage, let us use our previous example. Merong malawak na lupain si husband. Pag ikinasal, anong classification ng property? Remember, tatlo ang classification, either exclusive ni husband, exclusive ni wife, or conjugal property of the spouses. What will be the classification? Exclusive of the husband. Nag-earn ng income. Conjugal. Okay. Before the marriage, nakama na si wife, si babae. Siyempre, exclusive niya yan. Kasi dalaga pa siya. During the marriage, what will be the classification of the property? It will remain as exclusive. Basta huwag mong kakalimutan yung sinabi ko. Acquisition by gratuitous title under conjugal partnership of gains, the property is always exclusive. Ang magiging conjugal is the gain or the fruits or income. Ayan. So, the income shall be classified as conjugal. Halimbawa nakamana during the marriage, so it will be the classification. Sabi ko, regardless of when it was acquired by gratuitous title, that is always, may tama ka, exclusive property. How about the income? Conjugal. Kasi nga, gain. Income or property earned during the marriage by the spouses. Conjugal. Sweldo ni lalaki. Income sa negosyo ni babae. Conjugal. Nag-earn pa ng income. Conjugal pa rin. Halimbawa, merong exclusive property si husband pinagpalit niya by barter or by exchange with another property, what will be the classification of the property acquired by exchange? Exclusive pa rin. Kasi yung ginamit na property, pakikipagpalit ay exclusive. Okay. So, pwede na bang sumabak sa problem? Okay, subukan natin. Ayan. Jose married in 2000 to Petra, died leaving the following properties. Yun, napakarami. Iisa-isahin natin ang classification habang nasa problem pa tayo. Mango plantation brought into the marriage by Jose. Ano yan? Exclusive. Dali. Exclusive of Jose. Income of plantation earned during the marriage. Conjugal. Stocks of with Arts Corporation earned by Petra during the marriage. Anong classification? Earned during the marriage. Conjugal. Dividends from Arts Corporation. Conjugal. Passenger jeepney inherited by Jose in 2005. Kahit kailan na-acquire, basta by gratuitous title, that is always an exclusive property. So, exclusive of Jose. Income of jeepney earned during the marriage. Conjugal. Coconut land inherited by Petra in 1998. Exclusive of Petra. Income of land earned during the marriage. Conjugal. Underwear of Petra. Napakamahal, 85,000. Exclusive of Petra. Cash unidentified when and by whom acquired. Conjugal. Jewelry inherited by Petra in 2010 from her mother. Exclusive of Petra. Okay, so let us now summarize. Pwede na ba? Ang conjugal ito, 250, 420, 52, 23, 50, 55. Ang exclusive ni Jose, 1, 2, dalawa lang. Exclusive ni Petra, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, mango plantation, exclusive ni Jose, but the income is conjugal. Stocks acquired during the marriage, conjugal. The dividends, conjugal. Passenger jeepney, exclusive of Jose, but the income is conjugal. Coconut land, exclusive of Petra, but the income is conjugal. Underwear is exclusive. Cash cannot be identified, conjugal. Jewelry, exclusive. The totals, exclusive of Jose, 2,750,000. Exclusive of Petra, 865. Conjugal, 850. Question. Among these three properties, alin dyan ang kasama sa gross estate? Alin dyan ang kasama sa gross estate? The entire exclusive property of Jose. How about Petra? No, kasi hindi pa naman patay si Petra, hindi pa naman maipapamana. And then the entire conjugal properties. Now, let us proceed to the question. The conjugal property of the spouses under the conjugal partnership of gains. Anong sagot dyan? Diana. Next question. The conjugal property of the gross estate of Jose if the spouses were under the conjugal partnership of gains. Anong sagot? Ito total natin. Ano yung mga kasama doon? Yung conjugal na 850. Yun, ito. Plus yung exclusive of Jose, 2,750,000. So, 3,600,000. Meron bang kapareho? Meron. RC. Meron bang mahirap dyan? Next. Other topics. Paano kung yung problem natin, pag-aari na mismo ni lalaki o ni babae before the marriage? Paano kung binili ni lalaki on installment basis? And then, natapos yung pagbayad, that is possible kasi ikakasal na siya, bumili na siya ng bahay at lupa. Pero hindi niya natapos na mahulugan, ikinasal na siya. So natapos na mahulugan nilang mag-asawa during the marriage na at ang nagpatuloy na sa pagbayad ng monthly amortization ay yung conjugal property na, pera na nilang mag-asawa. Okay, what will be the rule? Eto. Property both on installments paid partly from exclusive fund and partly from conjugal fund. Ano ang rule? Property both on installments paid partly from exclusive funds of either or both spouses and partly from conjugal funds. Ito. Belongs to the buyer or buyers. Kilalaki. If full ownership was vested before the marriage. Kaso, full ownership was vested during the marriage na kasi di pa naman nabibigay sa kanya ang ownership, yung title, hanggat hindi pa siya fully paid. Nabayaran ng kompleto during the marriage. Therefore, hindi siyang may-ari. And to the conjugal partnership, if such ownership was vested during the marriage. So, nabayaran ng kompleto during the marriage na. So, ang mangyayari, that will be a conjugal property of the spouses. Paano yan? Marami na siyang binayaran before the marriage. Personal, exclusive property niya yung ibinayad doon. Pera niya lang. Wala namang kahati doon. Wala pa namang share yung asawa niya dahil binata pa siya. Titingnan natin. In either case, any amount advanced by the partnership or by either or both spouses shall be reimbursed by the owner or owners upon the liquidation of the partnership. Upon the liquidation. Okay. So, kung halimbawa, ang naibayad lahat-lahat ni Jose before the marriage, that's assuming 1 million, and the rest, ang binayad ng pera galing na sa common property ng mag-asawa, i-reimburse kay lalaki yung 1 million upon the liquidation of the partnership. That will be the rule. O ito, ownership vested before the marriage. Wala namang problema kung before the marriage. Exclusive property of the buyer. So, kung naibigay yung title kay Jose or sa lalaki before the marriage, syempre, siya lang ang may-ari. Paano yung conjugal property na ginamit naman na pambayad shall be reimbursed upon the liquidation of the partnership. Pero kung ownership vested during the marriage, ang may-ari yung conjugal partnership nilang mag-asawa at yung nagastos ni Jose out of his exclusive property i-reimburse upon liquidation of the partnership. Okay. Well, maliliquidate upon dissolution. Liquidation of the partnership shall take effect upon dissolution of the marriage. Kailan madi-dissolve? Upon the death of either spouse. Mamatay yung isa, matutunaw na rin ang conjugal partnership. When there is decree of legal separation, sabi ko nga, the decree of legal separation shall be immediately followed by liquidation of the partnership. Kasi dissolve na yung conjugal partnership nila. Or annulled, pareho ang kaso. It shall be followed immediately by liquidation of the property of the partnership. Or when there is judicial separation. Do you still remember the keyword here? JAL. Judicial separation, annulment, legal separation, dissolution. Okay. Ito naman. This is very common. Property regime of unions without marriage. Nagsasama sila as husband and wife pero hindi naman kasal. Meron bang ganyan? Napakarami. Ikinasal, naghiwalay, nagpakasal uli. Kung wala namang dissolution of marriage, the second marriage is void. Okay. Dalawang sitwasyon. Without marriage, but the spouses, the man and the woman, are capacitated to marry each other. Pero ayaw lang nilang magpakasal. Okay, man and woman, situation 1. Man and woman are capacitated to marry each other but live together as husband and wife without the benefit of marriage or under a void marriage. Anong mangyayari sa properties nila? Their wages and salary shall be owned by them in equal shares. The property acquired by both of them through their work or industry shall be governed by the rules on co-ownership. Mayroon bang conjugal partnership or absolute community of property regime? None. Because wala namang marriage. Yung conjugal partnership or community property regime will only be valid or effective if the spouses are married. Pag sinabing married, validly married. So if they are not married, walang pag-uusapan na conjugal partnership or community property regime because the spouses shall be governed by the couple shall be governed by the rules of their property shall be governed by the rules on co-ownership. So if you prepare the state tax return, walang absolute community property, o kaya conjugal partnership of gains. So, wala ring share by surviving spouse kasi wala namang spouse actually. Merong partner but not married. Okay. In the absence of proof to the contrary, properties acquired by them shall be presumed to have been obtained by their joint efforts. Work or industry shall be owned by them in equal share. So, 50-50. Unless napatunayan na 70% share ni lalaki dahil siya lang naman ang merong pera, si babae wala naman. Ang share ni babae is 30%, 70-30. Pero kung walang proof na 70-30, 50-50 sila. Okay. Paano kung yung isa, halimbawa si babae, doon lang sa bahay nag-aasikaso, wala naman siyang earn na income. Inaasikaso lang niya yung bahay at saka yung mga anak. One party did not participate in the acquisition of property, shall be deemed to have contributed jointly in the acquisition thereof, if the former's effort consisted in the care and maintenance of the family and of the household. Yung trabaho niya, asikasuhin yung mga anak nila, saka yung bahay. Pero kung ang trabaho niya, maglakwat sa magchismis, makihingutuhan, mag-mall, magpunta sa mall, magpaganda, hindi masasabing kahati siya doon sa property. Next, neither property can encumber or dispose by act inter vivos his or her share in the property during cohabitation and own in common without the consent. So, hindi niya pwedeng ibenta yung common property nilang mag-asawa. Because that is a co-ownership, there should be consent from the other co-owner. Unless there is consent. Pero kung walang consent, hindi pwede. Dapat may consent yung co-owner niya. Because halimbawa, the man is not the sole owner of the property that is jointly owned by him and his partner. Ayan. Until after the termination of their cohabitation. Okay. Next. Last topic. Property regime in cohabitations of spouses who are incapacitated. Yung una, capacitated, pwedeng magpakasal. Yung ngayon, hindi pwedeng magpakasal dahil incapacitated to marry. Okay. Common law spouses suffer from legal impediments to marry. Halimbawa, may asawa. Existing valid marriage yung lalaki. When they do not live exclusively with each other as husband and wife. Itong isa, nagsasama sila bilang mag-asawa, pero hindi sila nagpapakasal. Dahil may asawa naman si lalaki. Ito naman, they do not live exclusively with each other as husband and wife. Pinupunta-puntahan lang ni lalaki ang hulasisin niya. Okay. Ano ang rules on their properties? Okay. Ano ang rules? Property jointly acquired by them shall be owned in common and in proportion to their respective contribution. Co-ownership din yan. In the absence of proof to the contrary, their share is presumed to be equal. Okay. Binigyan ng kapital ni lalaki si babae. kumikita rin naman yung negosyo ni babae. Co-ownership nilang mag-asawa yun. Co-ownership nilang dalawa dahil di naman sila mag-asawa. If one of them is married, the share of the married party shall belong to the common property of the married spouses. Halimbawa, married itong si lalaki, si man, married sa kanyang asawa. Ito, number 2 lang ito. Pero naka-acquire sila ng property. Kung 50-50 sila, 50% or kalahati kay number 2 at yung kalahati na share ni lalaki magiging conjugal property with the wife. Iyon. So if one of them is married, the share of the married party, yung share ni lalaki, ito na. The share of the married party shall belong to the common property of the married spouses. So ito, total, di nadihado naman siya dahil merong kulasisi ang asawa niya. Meron namang share dun sa share ng asawa niya sa common property or co-ownership with number 2. Okay. So I hope may natutunan ka sa maikling kwentuhan natin ngayon. And then, do not forget to follow, like, and subscribe sa ating YouTube channel. Thank you very much. And Diyos magbalos